New Year, 2019. I'm an optimist, as you heard me say last week, but there are some things that I'm never clear about. I'm not clear if I will make it to see another year.
Amen. Amen.
I'm not clear if I will make it to see another day, another minute, or even the next second that I breathe in this life. Those are things that I'm not clear about. But I am clear about the one who's in charge of it all. And that is my Savior. Romans 12 and 2, to highlight for your hearing, says, and do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is the good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Well, let me share this with you on the onset. In most electronic devices is a feature or function under settings, under general settings, that will give you an opportunity to reset the electronic device. Reset all settings is what most of your iPhones say, and some Androids say, will simply reset all the settings on your phone to their default setting. It will rectify any glitch or reset any settings that have been stuck on your device. In order to reset, you have to go through a little process in order to reset your phone. But resetting all settings is more than enough to solve any glitch or problem you might be having. Most times I have reset a device. It was because it was slow, dragging downloads, screens were frozen, calls were constantly being dropped, and possibly I had too much going on with each app having its own issues. I needed to reset. And if you're going to make it, and you're going to take it this year, I suggest that you start off this year with a reset. Reset your settings to the default settings that God has put in your life. Get all of the glitches out of your life and let God reset you. I don't want to run slow this year. I don't want to be deficient. I want to be able to download the necessary things of this life. And I don't want to be dragging with doubt or dragging with depression or dragging with detours. I can't have my faith freezing up with blank screens of progress or process. Wait for the promise to come. Drop calls of communicated prayer that does not reach the intended heavenly purpose. If so, then I don't have too many things running in the background of my life. I have to trust God to make the time efficient for the space that I need to reset my life and do with what God wants me to do with what I have and God has given me. And there's nothing wrong with resetting. There's nothing wrong with starting over, recalibrating, renewing and resetting your life and your mind. With the issues in this life and in this world, with unsolicited and inadvertent stress, struggle, strife, strain, and self-inflicted pain and peril and plight, you need to reset. Paul here in Romans, understanding that life in this world can have you burdened and embattled and bewildered and frustrated and subjugated and aggravated and perplexed, nerves wrecked and mind puzzled, said that to the church then and now, do not be conformed to this world. Paul was saying, you don't have to do the things things the way the world has laid them out. You don't have to live by conforming to how the populace of the world lives. Furthermore, what he's saying is do not let the world change you from who God designed you to be. In other words, don't forget your default settings. If you find yourself doing things more the way the world does them, then you may need to reset. The world will have you walking by sight versus walking by faith when natural vision is limited at a distance. The world will have you leaning on your own understanding versus trusting the Lord when your understanding is limited to time and space. The world will have you seeking things first versus seeking the kingdom of heaven when material things don't last. But God's kingdom is from everlasting to everlasting. That's why we say build your homes on things eternal. Hold to God's unchanging hand. Is there somebody here today saying, I'm going to do what God requires of me and reset to the default setting? The default setting is what is necessary for your device to function properly. Even with that, in each system, you will be required to do some updates. There are times that you just have to reset to the default setting. All devices, no matter how much money, energy, scientific engineering, technology has been used to create them, or developed with some glitch that can happen if you do more than the default settings. Oh my, I'm coming to get you. Maybe you've added apps that make things easier and accessible. But I heard somebody say, nothing worthwhile is easy. Maybe you have too many games on your device and you play too many and too much, too often. And however, life is no game. Because once you get to the end, you can't go back and play it again. Maybe you've added too many social media sites to display the perfected posts, saving face on Facebook or twinkling on Twitter every tweet that you write. Maybe you have too many pictures, always trying to capture the picture-perfect moment. Too many videos trying to be a world star, or you just have some extras on your phone. Whatever the case, you will have to, at some point, reset and start over. We must be mindful that we have the privilege, by God's great grace, to reset and start over. You ought to thank God that you have an opportunity to reset your life every now and then. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You have to look at the word transform. Because trans meaning, it says it means to across or to go beyond or to go through. That's what trans means, to cross, to go beyond, to go through. But then you have to look at the word form, meaning to bring together or made creatively to be combined. That to take you from where you've been made and where you were made and what you were made, and combine it with those things that you've come across in your life and those things that you've come through. You can reset or renew your mindset using those things to make you better than you were before. See, there's nothing wrong with starting over and being transformed. There's nothing wrong with changing as God designs and desires it. You know, I had a sign for New Year's that said, New Year, same me. But you know, that was just a New Year's sign. I I can say new year and new me because I've learned something from the past year that has transformed me and changed me to be who I am today. I don't want anybody to leave here that thinking that you can't take what you learned and gain to help be the transformation for your resetting. And I don't want you to feel bad or be embarrassed by renewing, resetting, or starting over. Because you're in good company. Look at your neighbor and say, you're in good company. Because even God started over. God being so powerful could in no way give humans the same power that he was able to, and they be able to be confined on earth. So God gave humans the ability to choose or will. That's what you have on the inside, for you to choose right and choose wrong. But when subject to the environment and the system's sensory add-ons and apps, we download the best of God and the worst of life. Well, we do. The system had a glitch in it, asks God. God gave man free will, and the system had a glitch in it, and God decided, I'll start over. I'll start all over. When the tainted behavior of humans was too hellish for heaven and to bear, God plugged up the pores of the earth, and he unplugged the stoppers of the clouds of heaven, and he let it rain 40 days and 40 nights, caused the man to build an ark, animals 2 by 2, floating on God's reset setting. God started over. Oh, you don't believe me? If you ask Moses went back to Egypt to free the Israelites. They got free, but somehow there was a glitch in the system, because God soon revealed to us that you can take folk out of the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of them. They could not get Egypt out of them. So God said, I'm going to make them all die, including Moses, so I can start over and reset. And Caleb, by faith, was the only one that walked into the promised land, that wasn't born in the wilderness. God gets better and better with time, because then he stopped saying, I have to reset all the people. He looked at King Saul and said, Saul, you're not working out. I deny you. And he reset him, and a shepherd boy that nobody wanted, nobody chose, David, became king. Then you can ask Jeremiah, who went down to the potter's house because he needed to know how God can reset some clay on a wheel, and the potter was sitting there, and even though the clay wasn't doing what it was supposed to do, the potter kept working with the clay to say, no matter how many times you messed up and how often you flawed, I can still make something out of it. I won't give up on you. Is there a witness in here that thanks God that God reset? I'm not through yet, but then we realized that we needed a Savior, and he sent his son Jesus, who conquered death, hell, and the grave, sin, and Satan, with all power in his hand, so you and I can be saved and have a right to the tree of life, all so we can reset our life and start over again. Reset our lives. But let me share something with you. Before you reset, they let you know that you should back up all important files. You should back up all important files. So let me help you. Back up some images. You may need to keep pictures of where you were, so you'll never want to go back there again. Lord help me in here. All right. Back up some contacts. Listen, only keep those who have been in contact with you. Not the ones that you always have to be in contact with. You don't have to say nothing. Just reset it. Whatever you haven't held or saying will go on wash out. Backup settings. You do not want not want, this is why you got to back up some settings and some apps. You do not want to pay again for something you already paid for. Oh my God. So can I help you out right here? So the stuff you went through, and God had to teach you a hard lesson called retribution. When it came back and you said, Lord, I paid for it, I learned my lesson. You don't want to have to go back and pay for that all over again. That trouble that you went through, and you know God can get you back better than anybody else can get you back. And so you don't want to pay again for something that you already paid for. So here's the issue. There's a lot of waste that's on our devices.
That's right.
There's sometimes that our devices are running slow. And you have to look at yourself and you say, go back and close the apps that I previously opened. And most of us, if we go to our phone right now, you have stuff running on in the background that you don't realize was open, that you opened maybe yesterday, but you never went through and pressed the X to close it out. Thank you, Holy Ghost. Lord have mercy. There's some things in your life that you shouldn't leave open-ended, but you need to press the X button and X them out of your life. Okay, let me help you. Technology in the public facilities have helped us to understand this thing about getting rid of the waste. Technology in public facilities has given us the opportunity to eliminate waste without us using our hands. Oh my God. You can go to almost any public bathroom that has modern infrared technology, and you don't have to use your hands. Once you drop it, all you have to do is get up and walk away. And it flushes on its own. Lord help me here. But as long as you stand there, you have to deal with it. Come on here, let me bless you. Some of you are holding on to waste because you're still standing there, and God is trying to tell you, you don't have to deal with the smell, the stink, the issues anymore. All you have to do is get up and walk away, and it'll flush yourself. You've got to back up some good stuff and let go of the waste. How to reset? I'm getting ready to go to my seat. How to reset? I like how it says you ought to reset, because technology says on your phone that you should hold the power button and the down volume button, and that will help you to have a hard reset of your phone. That you hold the power button and you hold the volume button. Good God Almighty. And that's how you reset. Oh Lord, help me in here. And I have to tell somebody, if you want to reset your life, you have to put down the volume on the naysayers around your life and those who will talk negative talk against you, and let the volume go down while you hold the power button. Lord have mercy. Somebody asked me, who's the power button? Lord Jesus. Somebody said, he's God. I'm not trying to go there yet. He's God, great and mighty. You have to hold it. So, look at what he says. Look at what it says. Paul says, by renewing your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Good and acceptable. Perfect will of God. Y'all know that I am now the dean of students. I have 2 staff persons under me that are individualists. I have my office, and I have a room called the reset room. And every now and then, teachers will just send a child to reset room. We try to get them to call us so we can grab them so behind, right in debt. Can I help somebody? Every now and then, God needs to sit us in a reset room where we need to think about what we've done, get our apology together for him, get back into the regular swing of things and say, Lord, I'm sorry, I apologize. Help me to reset that perfect will of God. Preach, 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 preach. That perfect will of God. That God, perfect will of God. I tell the young people, I don't have your grade in my hand.
All right.
You don't have that grade in your hand. That teacher that you need to apologize to is the one that controls your grade. So you're looking for the perfect will. Then you got to follow their will in that room because that's their classroom. And we're looking for the perfect will of God. Not the will of a king, not the will of a president, not the will of a priest, not the will of humans, our brothers and sisters, but we're looking for the perfect will of God. And this is why it's important for my techies. When you reset, your settings change. But there are some things that stay the same. Oh, God, help me. Just nudge your neighbor, just nudge your neighbor. There's some things that stay the same. Whenever I've reset a device, when I open that device on my iPhone, the same Apple emblem that was there when I bought it is the same Apple symbol that's there when I open it. So can I tell you that the manufacturer has not changed even though I've reset my device? The manufacturer will not change even though you reset your device. The producer does not change. So can I ask you, who was it that brought you this far last year? Who was it that helped you make it? Who was it that picked you up when you were down? Who was it that carried you when you couldn't go on? Same God who blessed you then will bless you again. The same God who answered your prayers. The same God who lifted your burdens. The same God that mended your broken heart. The same God who made your enemy your footstool. The same God who led you in the path of righteousness. The same God who will give you green pasture and lead you by still waters. The same God who walks you through the valley of the shadow of death. The same God that gives you joy that runneth over. The same God that rocked you to sleep last night. The same God that woke you up this morning. The same God that gives you help and strength. Look at somebody and say, I can reset. Because it's the same God that did it before. He'll do it again. Do I have a witness in here that'll trust God with the reset that he has for your life this year? Tell him I'm getting ready to reset. Then I'm going to upgrade myself in God because God's got something better for me than I've ever had before. Somebody ought to high five your neighbor and tell your neighbor, neighbor, it's time for you to reset and watch God work things out. You won't be dragging no more. You won't be depressed no more. You won't be stuck no more. But God will lift you up. Do I have a witness in here? You ought to find somebody else and say, neighbor, it's time for us to reset to what God has for us. I need you to move out of your seat and find somebody across the aisle and shake their hand and say, neighbor, let's get ready to reset. We're going back and going to the altar and we're laying it down and God will see us through. Do I have a witness in here? You ought to shout with somebody. You ought to give God some praise. You ought to give God some glory. Tell him I'm about to function better than I've ever functioned before. Ain't no more spinning. My downloads are going to come up immediately. Oh, Lord, thank you. My downloads are going to come up immediately because I'm giving God the praise and I'm giving God the glory. Somebody ought to say, I'm looking for some new downloads. All because I'm able to reset.
that stuff gone. Eliminate the waste. Keep it simple, stupid. This year. I'm not wasting my time with all of that. I'm not wasting my energy on that. Well, okay, you think about that. I'm not thinking about that at all. I'm waiting for God to move in my reset. I want to see better function out of this device. I want to see better speed. I want to see better vision. Pictures are clearer. I want to be able to see what's necessary and eliminate what's not. I'm resetting this year. And I pray that you reset your life as well. And let God do the work. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It's not just your mainframe, but it's your mind frame. In the name of the Father, that's all I got. In the name of the Son and the Holy Ghost. Everybody able standing on your feet.